let's get to the next character. We always got to do. We're into this character creation, and I think Finn, you've outdone yourself this time, my friend. Which character are we talking about this week?
So we are talking about Hera Syndulla. So for
oh, there
all
she
of
is.
you guys right now, just something to kind of so you guys can follow along also. Make sure, and I'm going to say this part first, make sure that you right click and click open a new tab or whatever it is on your computers. In the description of our YouTube video right now, we have a link next to the Hera Syndulla point of the, so it's number 3. You'll see it say character creation.
I mean, just look how
Hera,
beautiful.
and there's a link to our website, which is realsithogenius@blogspot.com. So if you guys click that, you'll be able to see this full image and kind of be able to follow along, because we have to make sure that we had our pretty faces up on the screen.
Beautiful.
So some of the text got blocked.
Pure. It's pure.
But just so you guys can see, we changed the format a little bit. We made it a little bit more SWGOH oriented instead of SWGOH.gg oriented. So we have. Do you want to give a little bit of a description first about Hera Ranger, and then we'll go.
Well, let me see if I can put old Raymond on the spot. What do you know about Hera, Mr. Raymond?
I think he might have stepped away.
Did he? Oh, well, okay. Well, then I'll do it. So Hera is a character. She's one of the leaders of, and she's becoming a prominent leader of the rebellion. Her father was actually, and I had his name, and it just went completely blank in my brain. Fought in the Clone Wars and is a major player as the Resistance comes up. He fights his own battles, but in the books, she's the one that finds Kanan, who had pretty much become a drunkard and a scoundrel and all this stuff, and brought him kind of back and into becoming a part of the Resistance, aka the Rebellion. She is a hell of a character. If you go through the books and the canon and you read her, kind of her arc and where she is, you know that her and Kanan have a relationship, a very close relationship. That kind of transcends just like a boyfriend girlfriend thing. There's just a lot more there. What's really great about her, she's an exceptional pilot. In one of the episodes of Rebels, she pilots the first B-wing. I mean, she's an incredible pilot, great leader, kind of a mother figure to Sabine and Ezra. Kind of all of them. She kind of plays that that motherly role to them. So she has a lot of, she offers wisdom, but she's so very independent and she's so strong and she cares so much about helping others and is totally against what the Empire is doing. Again, another great character. I can't emphasize this enough, guys. If you're not watching Rebels, you really need to be watching Rebels. It's such a great show, and we're less than a month. We're actually a month away from the launch of that. So, counting down the days. So with that being said, why don't you get into what we got with this character, Finn, and kind of break down, the abilities she has and how we kind of came up with this.
All right. So obviously we're kind of basing a lot of our abilities around the pilot aspect, the speed aspect. And so the first thing that we wanted to do is give her speed up on her basic attack. She's more of a support character to us than like an attacker, so we kept her damage a little bit low, but there's more purpose behind it, which you'll see in kind of the later abilities. But her basic attack is accelerating shot. It deals physical damage to the target, probably around, on average, around 2,500, and has a 25% chance to gain speed up for 2 turns. So it seems like a pretty standard type of basic. We were kind of using Lumi and Akbar as a little bit of inspiration to set that up. So that would be her basic attack. Then you go to her special. Her special is actually pretty interesting. If you guys haven't noticed from some of our other creations, a lot of the focus is going to be on trying to create more of a synergy with the faction. So with this in mind, her special is Man Your Station. All allies gain defense up for 2 turns. If there's at least one other Ghost Crewman ally, all allies gain offense up for 2 turns. If there's at least 2 Ghost Crewman allies, all allies gain tenacity up for 2 turns. And if there are at least 3 others, all allies gain 100% turn meter. So if you have 4 Ghost Crewmen on a team, with Hera being one of them, and you use the special, all allies will gain defense up, offense up, tenacity up, and gain full turn meter. So you see a little bit more of an incentive on creating a full Ghost Crewman team, which
Mm-hmm.
is something I think that a lot of people have wanted, which is put together a team with all one faction, make it more
Absolutely.
viable.
I mean,
It's not too
what
much
a
of
great
that right
point.
now. Maybe a little bit with the droids.
Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah, droids are a good one. Rebels are actually a good synergy.
Mm-hmm.
I really think so. First Order, even though I'm working on it, sorry, it is. It's not good. Empire, which is really disappointing. It's okay. Um, but when they think about this stuff, they really need to think about characters that can be a kind of cohesive group. Because in all gaming, certain aspects, like for the Empire, you've got great AOE, right? Most of their characters are very AOE centric. However, you don't have that really heavy hitter. So if you form an Empire group with, even with Emperor Palpatine as the leader, right? It just doesn't work as well as, say, some other teams. So this is really a key point of why we're doing what we're doing, because we really want to make sure that we're creating those synergies and making it viable for teams to work together with one another.
So what do you think so far, Ramon, about all the Ghost Crewman abilities? Right now, we've only gone through the special, but what do you think about the faction bonus that you get with that?
I think that's really cool. I mean, I think that there's not enough faction bonuses, in the game right now. So I think that's a really cool addition.
And you'll see that we're trying not to make things overpowered. And one of the things that we didn't do in the past that we're starting to do now is also include the cooldown amount for these abilities. So because this is it's a pretty hefty boost that you get to your crew, so shouldn't be anything that you can do like every other turn. So we have this at a cooldown of 6, which is what we think is probably reasonable with the amount of bonuses that you get with this character.
Right.
So you think that's reasonable, Ramon?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and that, have you seen that some of the cooldowns can get exorbitant now? Like with Cody and things like that. Like Cody had like what was it, like an 8-turn cooldown or something like that for one of his abilities.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think that's really cool.
Awesome. So let's move on to the next one.
All right. So the next one is going to be Hera's unique. Again, so this is one of the reasons why we kept her damage a little bit low, and it's mainly because of her unique ability, where she kind of is able to help out her entire squad. So her unique is whenever an ally falls below 50% health, Hera has a 50% chance to gain healer's assist for 2 turns. So this is a new ability that we've created. It's going to be initially starting with Hera. Maybe it'll pick up for some other characters. But what will happen is that Hera will assist all allies on a basic attack. Instead of dealing damage, all damage heals all allies for 50% health, or below 50% health, get healing based on the damage that would have been done. So her basic does 2,500 damage. So if somebody does a basic attack, Hera will assist and attack that target. No damage gets done to that target, but 2,500 damage becomes 2,500 healing for all characters below 50% health. So kind of fits her role where she's trying to keep all of her teammates up, trying to keep them active. She's not really much of a damage dealer necessarily, although I know she's supposed to be a pretty good sharpshooter. But being able to heal by shooting is a pretty awesome ability, I think.
Yeah, I think I like it.
This was a 50% chance to gain healer's assist. If the character that goes below 50% is a Ghost Crewman, the chance is doubled, which means that Hera will always gain healer's assist for any Ghost Crewman that goes below 50%.
Absolutely. I like this one.
So,
I think that's a really cool ability, man.
you think Healer's Assist is something that may be able to catch on with some other characters?
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I mean, I've never thought about that. Where you can. I mean, whether it I mean, the healing portion of it is phenomenal, but also an ability where you can get somebody to call in to come in on assist until their next turn. That's really cool. Is that how it would work? Would it be like she would heal assist until her next turn?
Yeah.
Correct. So it's 2 turns for the Healer's Assist.
2 turns. Okay.
Yeah. But if nobody's below 50%, then she'll just be assisting kind of for nothing. So, because it's only going to heal those that are below 50%.
Okay.
Eventually, she'll be able to heal everybody up. But it's going to be, if obviously, if this character ever gets made with these abilities, it'll kind of be cool on like a Royal Guard team. Because she'd be able to like heal up people to get them above 50%, and if you attack them and go below 50% again, RG will be able to taunt again. So there's kind of some interesting synergies outside of Ghost Crewman also that you can throw in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the with the man your station, I mean, like it's cool. Also, I didn't mention earlier like how like each ally that is a crew member just increases the ante a little bit,
Yep. All right, awesome. So let's move to the last
Very
one.
cool. Very
So
cool.
then we come to.
Also maybe with like a sunback or somebody like that. I mean that would be really great. Like a lot of
Oh yeah.
a lot of healers these days really just have why they love that.
Kind of breaking up there a little bit, Remo.
Yeah. I really wish that healers had more of a role in this game.
I do too. It's a shame.
It's pretty much just in GW in order to get some characters healed up before you hit the hard notes at this point.
Yeah.
But like even in raids, healers don't have much of an impact, and usually with RPG type games,
Oh, they're
the layout
huge.
is usually that you have like one tank, one healer, one attacker, and then like a couple of either like off DPSs or full DPS,
Utility.
something like that.
Well, that's why this ability would be cool because I mean it's like you're not because when you do a heal with let's say Luminara or Barris or Othaka, you're healing at that exact moment, right? I mean Luminara does have to heal over time, but you're healing at that exact moment. So to have a character that can heal as the match progresses, so so maybe you're not taking you don't need maybe one of your characters needs help, but not all of them yet. But
Yeah.
going into that second turn of Hera's, you may have another character that does need help now. So all of a sudden, that becomes more valuable. So I think like a heal over time like this would be like a lot more beneficial than the heals that we have right now in the game.
Yeah.
I agree. Awesome. So let's move on to the last one.
Then we come to her leader ability. So Hera is definitely the leader sort, so she definitely has to have a leader ability.
Absolutely.
So her leader ability is called Full Speed Ahead. Whenever a Ghost Crewman ally is above 50% health, all allies gain 25% or 25 speed. Whenever a Ghost Crewman ally is below 50% health, ally gains 30 defense. And whenever any ally, so those are all for Ghost Crewman. So whenever a Ghost Crewman ally is above 50%, the ally gains 25 speed. Whenever a Ghost Crewman ally is below 50% health, the ally gains 30 defense.
Yep.
Now she also is able to help all allies. So whenever any ally falls below 50% health, a random Ghost Crewman above 50% health will taunt for 2 turns. So we were just describing Grievous. Grievous was a little bit of an inspiration for this character, kind of a little bit of a mix between Saint Han and Grievous in terms of like the ability based on the health percentage and then the random taunt.
That's really cool.
And we do have some tanky Ghost Crewman characters coming up, by the way.
Right.
So we've only done Ezra and Sabine before, so you probably don't want them necessarily tanking, but we do have some tanky ones coming up soon.
So you have like at the start of the match you have 25 speed, and then when you get below 50% health, you get the defense. And for any ally, if you get below 50% health, you're going to call another ghost crew, or you're going to call a ghost crew member to taunt.
Yep.
And then keep in mind that her We Have Hope unique ability will kick in also. So whenever you fall below 50% health, in addition to the taunt, you have Hera that's going to start healing them a little bit.
And they already got defense.
Pretty much every time somebody uses a basic attack.
So it all adds up.
That's really cool.
So she's definitely a character that will thrive once you get somebody below 50%. She's going to try and keep those characters alive. If you have her leader ability, she does a little bit more. Her unique does it. She can give you a little bit of a boost with her special. Not a lot of damage, but that's kind of the intention. That her focus isn't going to be damage, it's just keeping people alive.
Yeah.
So she's kind of a support type of role in the same way that Lumi is an attacker but still does a lot of healing. Hera kind of fits that mold too, where she heals a lot, but she's more of a support character as a whole.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's cool. I mean, like, if you're using her leader ability, though, you definitely want to have a tanky ghost crew member.
Oh, those are coming next.
Be the other member on the team.
Those are definitely coming. So, hey, you guys tell us what you think. So, tell us in the comments what you think about this one. It'll be posted everywhere. Give us your thoughts. Give us your critiques. We always look at your comments as long as they're constructive. We've made a couple changes here and there with Ezra, and so forth. When we saw something or added or subtracted. Because this is really a community. Remember, we lay it out there, right? But we don't think that we've got the correct answer. So, your input's valuable. We always appreciate your guys' comments and feedback and support. So, hey, definitely tonight, if you feel like we could do something better, or you think it's great, or you think that we're smoking crack, which we may be, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I'm not smoking crack or anything. But I digress.